complaints.
You're dripping on my newspaper.
Am I being taken for granted?
Certainly not. Well, after 7 years together. Come here.
Is this what you did before you took up medicine?
Oh, I had a few little secrets. After all, you've got yours. You've been a little quiet of late. You're not regretting leaving the old Eden, are you?
It was home. In spite of everything that happened there.
Darling, are you all right?
Yes, I think so. Somebody walked across my grave.
You know, you need some time away from work. We both do. Together.
The chairman of Harper Mining does not walk out on the company.
The company can manage without you for a morning.
And what did you have in mind?
Nothing in particular. Just as long as we do it together. After all, can't the richest woman in Australia take a day off now and then?
You've got yourself a deal.
Ignore it.
Dan.
Let go of Harper's just for once.
It could be one of the children. Hello?
Stephanie, it's Bill McMaster. I'm sorry to phone you this early, but I've got to see you immediately.
Can't you handle it, Bill? You're ruining my day.
I need you here, Stephanie, for your own sake.
Yes, all right.
Good old Bill.
I'm sorry.
One of the most intriguing news stories in recent years enters its final chapter today when Джили Стюърт walks away from prison a free woman. 7 years ago, she was jailed on 2 counts, conspiracy to murder her close friend, heiress Stefani Harpur, as well as the manslaughter of Miss Harper's then husband, Greg Marsdън. At her trial, it was revealed that Джили Стюърт and Greg Marsdън had become lovers within a week of his marriage to Stefani Harpur.
Morning, Hillary.
Accounting and European operations both want urgent meetings, Miss Harpur.
Fine, and I want to see the Wall Street overnights as soon as they're ready, please.
Even if you have to get a shovel, dig them out. I want to know who and I want to know why. And I'll have no excuses.
Somebody's playing games with our shares.
Covering their tracks damn well.
Takeover bid, do you think?
Possibly.
Well, you're my general manager. You don't need me here to deal with this.
That's not why I needed you here. Sarah's coming back from the coast and I've ordered Dennis back from Perth. The whole family needs to be here.
What's going on?
It concerns Джили Стюърт.
I know she's being released today, and that's all I want to know.
What I have to tell you changes everything, Stephanie. Everything.
Джили Стюърt's release today from prison has reawakened the controversy that surrounded her dramatic trial. It was in this courthouse 7 years ago that a jury found Джили Стюърt guilty of being an accessory after the fact in the attempted murder of mining heiress Stefani Harpur. She was also found guilty of the attempted murder of Stefani Harpur's husband, the tennis champion Greg Marsdъn, who was at the time Mrs. Stewart's alleged lover. Now, if that all sounds like your normal run-of-the-mill high society murder trial, consider some of the bizarre circumstances that had the jury baffled for weeks. The accused had actually been invited along as a guest on her victim's honeymoon. and the murder instrument, a 12-foot saltwater crocodile. I talked with Jili Stüört on her first day out of prison. Miss Stüört, do you think that the jury took...
Would someone mind telling me why the hell I've been dragged back here?
Take it easy, big brother.
What am I supposed to have done this time?
Did she help you at all during the trial?
I believe Stefani Harpur did all she could to help.
Do you blame her for what happened?
I blame myself.
Is there
That
anything you'd like
bitch.
to say to Stefani Harpur?
Thanks.
What's going on, Sass? Where's Mum?
Upstairs with Dan? Pour yourself a drink, Dennis. You're gonna need it.
I still think you're making a mistake.
I don't have any choice.
You have any number of choices. You don't have to put yourself through this.
Dan, before you came along, I spent most of my life hiding. I'm not hiding from this.
I don't believe it.
You will.
Well, I won't accept it.
Don't you find it amusing?
You have a sick sense of humour.
Runs in the family.
You taking this seriously?
Dennis,
This concerns the family, Dan. The Harpur family.
it concerns us all. And your remarks are not going to make it any easier.
Oh, stop it, please, both of you.
Mum, is Sass telling the truth?
Yes, she is.
Afternoon, Roberts.
They're expecting you, Mr. McMaster.
Hello, Dennis.
Personally, I'd have you thrown out. But it's not my house.
Welcome back.
Hello, Jilly.
Dan? Somebody please tell me what I'm doing here.
Bill.
Jilly, I brought you here for a reason. This should be done properly. Let's all be seated at the table. When Stephanie's father died, no will was found, so automatically everything was left to Stephanie. However, when they were renovating Old Eden, the builders unearthed a box containing a number of personal papers, amongst which was Max Harper's last will and testament. Now, I've checked and rechecked this document. It's real. It's authentic beyond argument or dispute. I, Maxwell Harper, being of sound mind and body, do hereby give, devise, and bequeath all my real and personal estate unto my daughter Stephanie for her own absolute use, with the knowledge that Stephanie will provide for her sister, Jilly, whom I hereby acknowledge. I'm sorry, Jilly. Max Harper and your mother were lovers. Stephanie's father was also your father.
You mean we're sisters?
Believe it either. I really think that we can find a way through it together.
If you think being sisters changes anything, you're wrong.
But it must.
I only wish I'd never found out.
I hope you don't mean that.
Why didn't he tell us?
Dad was such a proud man. I suppose he couldn't admit the truth about himself.
Damn it, Steph. He watched us grow up together, become friends. And he just stood back and never said a word.
That's done now. What's important is that for most of our lives, you and I have been like sisters.
What good did that do? When we both fell in love with the same man.
It doesn't really seem so surprising now, does it?
When that same man tried to kill you, I didn't lift a finger to help. Would your sister have done that?
Oh, Jilly, I have tried so hard to forgive you. I think I can now.
You shouldn't. I think I hated you from the moment you married Greg Marsdъn. Not because I wanted him to, but because once again, Stefani Harpăr, poor little rich girl, walked off with the first prize.
And I want to change all that.
Too late.
Oh, Jilly, please, please don't say that. You and I have been given the perfect chance to make up for the past.
Chance for what? Charity? Can't you see that's the final twist of the knife? All these years, jealous of your power, your money. That should have been mine.
Jenny, this will help you to sleep. You know, none of us wanted to hurt you.
First-class seat for Sarah Harpăr. Tomorrow morning on the early flight. Thank you.
Sarah? Are you going back to the Gold Coast?
Might as well.
It might be nice if you were here. Steph's going to need your support.
She's got you.
I'm being serious, Sassy.
So am I. I'm not sure I want to be a victim of this particular Holocaust.
And I'm not sure you can avoid it. None of us can.
But I'd sure love to try. Take a look at this family, Dan. A grandfather with a guilty secret. A mother who was totally lost until you came along. And now Jili Stüърt. Wouldn't you want to be on the first plane back to the sunshine?
Yes, I would. Then I love your mother, and so do you. Oh, come on, Sassy, stay. Even if it's only for a few days. After all, Dennis isn't going to be much help.
All right. And try not to hate Dennis.
Now, you know I don't hate Dennis. I just wish he knew it.
I think he does. It's just more fun pretending you're the wicked stepfather.
Where is Stephanie?
Outside. Exercising her conscience.
Oh, darling, what am I going to do?
Get rid of her, Mum.
Wherever she goes from here, she's family. We can't ignore that.
I don't trust her. Do you? Don't worry, Mum. I'm not going to let anything hurt you. I'll see you later.
How is she?
She'll be all right. More to the point, how are you?
Confused. one feeling gets stronger. I owe her.
Not for the past.
Oh, for everything. I just feel that if we'd known all along, maybe things would have been different.
Unfortunately, I'm not at home at the present time. Please leave your name, your number, and your message when you hear the tone.
Philip, it's Jilly. I'm at Stephanie's house. I suppose the last person you expected to hear from was your ex-wife, but I'm lonely. I need a friend.
Quite a performance.
It wasn't.
Funny time to make a phone call. Wanted it nice and private, did you?
Not much chance of that with you spying on me.
I went out to get drunk. No luck.
Why are you being such a bastard, Dennis?
Because I know what you're capable of.
Do you really? "7 years in prison. Maybe I've lost my edge." What do you think?
Not interested.
7 years without a man teaches you something about tension. Do you understand me? Sure you do. What would it take to win your trust, Dennis? Come on. What's on your mind?
I want you out. Tomorrow. I'll give you some money. Pay for a hotel room.
How should I interpret that?
You bitch.
What's going on? Dennis?
What's the point? You wouldn't believe me.
It's all right, Dan. He wasn't trying to hurt me. He was trying to buy me off with a hotel room. Could have saved his breath. If I knew where to go, I'd go. Oh, Dan. I don't think I've ever in my life felt so lonely.
I think you better go back to bed. We'll discuss this in the morning.
I came down here to phone Philip. Crazy. He won't want to know me any more than the rest of you do.
Come
on. What's the point, Dan? No past. No future. Oh, Dan. You're the only one in this family who understands me. Poor little Jilly.
Back me up, Mum. Get rid of her.
I'm afraid it's not as simple as that, darling.
Dennis, emotionally, Julie's at the end of her tether.
Are you both blind? This is Джили Стюърт we're talking about. She's playing games.
To what end?
She hates this family.
Oh, I can't believe that, Dennis. This is her family, and she has to be able to stay as long as she wants to, whether we like it or not.
Dan, it's Jilly. I can't wake her up. She's taken some pills.
Sis, will you get my bag and hurry? She must have taken these from the bathroom.
That bottle was almost full.
I should have anticipated something like this.
I thought she was dead.
If she really wanted to kill herself, she would have done it properly.
Oh, you'd twist anything to suit yourself.
Wake up, Sass. Julie's playing this family like one of your bloody sonatas.
Dan, is she all right?
Yes, she's going to be fine.
Amazing.
Dennis, you say you're concerned about your mother. For once in your life, just consider the pressure she's under and hold your tongue.
Why did you do it?
I wanted out.
Why? To punish us? To make me feel guilty?
Probably.
So Dennis was right. You really do hate this family.
Not as much as I hate myself.
I just don't believe that.
Let me ask you one thing, Steph. Would you want to be me? Me neither. But here I am. What I did was stupid. It won't happen again.
I suppose I should be able to understand how you feel. God knows I hated you once.
Hatred's like a garden. You've got to tend it.
What do you want, Jilly?
Oh, maybe Dennis was right. A hotel key and a fistful of dollars. Maybe I should just leave.
What do you want?
I want to feel safe. I want time. I've spent 7 years paying for what I did to you. Isn't that enough?
Stefani, this is Bill McMaster. I'm on my way to pick you up in the chopper. I think you better get back to Sydney as soon as possible. I'll meet you at the steel mill in about an hour.
It's been a difficult few days. How are you?
Oh, I'm all right. What's happening at the stock market?
By the time I left, it was becoming obvious that we were in for more than just a minor raid on our shares. Harper's is the target of a carefully planned assault.
Have you got the figures?
I'm having new figures sent straight to the office.
Who's behind it, do you think?
Well, I wasn't sure at first. And judging by the pattern that's emerged this morning, I'd have to say that it's Jейк Сандърс.
Are you sure?
I'm afraid so.
Well, we know Sanders by reputation. What do we know about him specifically?
Beyond that he's English and a bloody pirate with big ambitions, very little. But he has run some successful raids on a number of big Western Australian companies. The man himself is a mystery.
You make him sound vaguely attractive.
That's if you find danger attractive.
Mr. McMaster, you asked for the latest figures.
Oh, thank you, Cassie. Oh, Stephanie, this is Cassie Jones, my new assistant.
Hello, Cassie.
Miss Harpur?
She specializes in corporate analysis.
Oh.
The raid hasn't lost any momentum, despite the sharp rise in share prices. Jake Sanders is still buying.
Well, when the price is right, he'll sell and take his profits. We've weathered this before, Bill.
I've also looked into our cash flow situation. Things are tight at the moment.
It seems Mr. Sanders couldn't have chosen a worse time to attack us.
Thanks, Cassie.
Interesting choice of assistant, Bill.
She's well qualified. Now, what are you going to do about Jilly?
I don't know. Shares in the company, perhaps.
That's out of the question, Stephanie. What was one of the first things I taught you? Stock equals power, and you keep as much as possible of that in your own two hands. Now, strictly speaking, you don't have to give her anything.
Bill, she's my sister.
If that will had been unseen by anyone else, I'd have put a match to it.
In spite of everything, I wouldn't have wanted that.
I know you wouldn't.
Don't stop.
I don't play very well.
It sounded wonderful to me.
It's Mum's dream, not mine. If you want to play really well, you have to want to. And I don't anymore.
Yesterday, you were the only one who said welcome back. Did you mean it? Or was it just to annoy the others?
A bit of both, I suppose. What was prison like?
Frightening. Because of the way your mind started to work. I took a bar of expensive soap in with me and never used it. Too afraid to lose my last contact with the outside world. They say once you've been inside long enough, you can't get a grip on the real world.
You call this the real world? Come on.
Where?
Whenever I get depressed, I know there's only one way out. Buying new clothes.
I'm sorry, Joanna, but you're going to have to delay the opening of the new chain of fashion stores.
But you can't do this. Dennis, you can't do this to me. The Harpur board has already approved the money.
Sure, but at the moment it looks like we're going to need all the cash reserves we can get.
This wouldn't have anything to do with Jake Sanders, would it? Such a handsome brute.
Jilly!
Hello, Joanna.
You've lost weight.
How about losing the rest of it? Out the door.
I invited Jilly here.
We don't need her business.
You can put these on my account, Joanna.
It's all right, Sass. Put the clothes back. My mistake.
No, take them. But for your mother's sake, I would be grateful if, in future, Mrs. Stewart took her business elsewhere.
Take the gear out of the car, Sass.
Come on, Jilly.
Jilly and I have something to discuss.
Go on, Sass.
$2,000 and your hotel paid for 2 months on the condition that you pack your bags and get out of Eden today.
What am I supposed to do? Negotiate?
All right, how much do you want?
When your mother tells me to leave, I'll leave. Without any handouts. What you say doesn't count. We understand each other? Joanna?
Stephanie's allowing that woman to stay at Eden.
Not for much longer.
sure you don't want me to take it all off, Doctor?
No, I don't think that'll be necessary, Miss Harpur. After all, it is just your annual checkup. Please. You know, strictly speaking, my nurse should be in the room.
Don't you dare. She can find her own fun.
This isn't going to help your blood pressure, Miss Harpur. Or mine.
I don't care.
You can let me examine you or not.
Oh, all right.
Beautiful.
And all your own work.
Ah, no. All I did was repair your face. I didn't create it.
You're too modest. We both know what I looked like before you operated.
Yes. But even terribly scarred, you were still beautiful. All I did was to reflect that.
I love you.
Feeling's entirely mutual. Well, you're in very good shape. But I think I will just check your blood pressure.
Is that really necessary?
No. But I'd prefer to.
Why?
Why not? You afraid I'll see how much stress you really are under at the moment? Jilly, isn't it?
She has a claim on me. I can't ignore that.
Steph, settle your debts. Finish it.
Will it ever be finished?
Come on, mate, I'll pay you 10 grand by next Friday. Yeah, and the rest sometime next week. I think my credit's pretty good. In that case, I'll just have to go and get myself another bookie. Hello? Cassie, isn't it?
Yes, Mr. Harpur. That's private and confidential for Miss Harpur.
Jake Sanders. Have you dug up any dirt in his private life?
Nothing.
Pity. Would have been useful in a PR campaign against him. Still, if you get anything, come and let me know. No matter how late it is. Even over dinner.
I'm sorry, Mr. Harpur. I've already made plans for tonight.
Can't you break them?
What makes you think I'd want to? Oh, no, you don't, Jake Sanders. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, they're onto you at Harper's, you know. I've had to dig up some old press clippings and photographs.
A nice one, I hope.
Oh, come on, be serious. What will happen if they get onto me?
The worst.
Oh, no. The worst happened when I fell in love with you.
R&D and marketing are getting together this afternoon.
Bill, I want this cheque drawn and delivered straight to Eden, please.
What's this?
Settlement for Jilly.
$5 million.
Mum?
I don't want to hear it, Dennis. I've made my decision.
But the company can't afford this. We need every cent we've got to defend ourselves in this share battle with Jake Sanders.
We'll find a way. Will you do it, please, Bill?
You are not going to let this happen.
This company belongs to Stefani. She can do what she wants to do.
That will should never have been read. You should have got rid of it, Bill. Jilly, it's Dennis. I'd like to talk to you. Good, stay there. I'm on my way. Hillary, can Did my mother say where she was going?
She's on her way to Tara's. She has a meeting with Joanna.
Get in touch with her there and ask her to meet me at Eden in 1 hour. And tell her it's urgent.
But what should I do?
Just tell her.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
I've been doing a lot of thinking since the other night.
How exhausting.
Maybe I've been wrong about you. Wrong about a lot of things.
So don't make any more mistakes about me.
Hey.
Why don't you pour yourself a drink? I'll go upstairs and take my shower. And we can continue this discussion when you've calmed down.
You said the other night you wanted my trust. Trust is a mutual thing.
We really do have a communication problem, don't we? You thought I wanted you the other night. I was showing you just how far out of your depth you are. When I want a lover, I'll choose a man, not a boy.
Thank you, Anne. My pleasure. Dennis?
You're playing with fire, Dennis. The girl learns how to look after herself in prison.
I can imagine.
Good.
I also can imagine how my mother would react if she found us like this.
Did she cut off your allowance?
Probably, but she'd throw you out first.
And it's lucky for both of us that she's not around.
That's where you're wrong. Stephanie's on her way upstairs right now. Bang. You're dead.
Dennis, are you up there?
You've got a lot to lose too, Dennis.
I think I can talk my way out of this.
Not if I let it slip to your mother that you're up to your neck in gambling debts.
You scheming bitch.
30 grand. You'd have to pick a lot of bad horses to lose that much. Bit of a worry for someone who wants to manage the $500,000.
Dennis? Oh, I'm sorry.
Home early, Steph?
Have you seen Dennis?
No, I've been in here. Is he at home?
His car's outside. How are you feeling?
Better, thanks.
I'd like to talk to you about something. Will you join me downstairs when you're ready?
Sure.
Take the money, Jilly. To hell with what the world thinks.
It's too generous.
It's only fair. What happened to you this afternoon?
I thought I had a lead on Jake Sanders. Didn't pay off.
No such thing as a sure bet, is there?
Shall we get on with it then, Bill?
Jilly, in accordance with the spirit of your late father's will, Stephanie has chosen to make provision for you. This check is for $5 million. Now, if you just sign this release form. It's a formality, Jilly.
Formality that prevents me from making any further claims on this family. Formality that says you don't trust me as far as you can throw me. At least Dennis was honest with his $2 grand in his hotel room.
What is it, Bill?
It's a standard procedure. In legal terms, when any payment is made, it's an admission that a claim exists. Harpur Mining has to be protected against any future action by the parties involved.
Not a party. I'm Stephanie's sister.
Jilly's right. I think we might dispense with the document, Bill.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I can't accept the cheque now, not when it's given in this spirit.
Jilly, please don't be rash. Hang on to the cheque. At least think about it.
It won't make any difference.
Please.
Stephanie?
You all right?
I don't want your money. All I want is your trust, your love, and to be your sister.
Jili Stüърт. Or should I say Jili Harpur? I believe congratulations are in order. About $5 million worth.
Stephanie's got a right to be worried. Your information's very good.
An educated guess. Well, what can I offer you?
A deal. If we pool our resources, we might both get what we want.
Did Stephanie put you up to this? I must admit, for $5 million, I'd do a friend a favor.
And what would you do for me?
Are you serious?
Deadly.
I don't want your $5 million. What else can you offer me?
I should have thought that was obvious. Information. As Stephanie's sister, I'd be the ultimate source.
Oh, I doubt it. If Stephanie's prepared to buy you off, she obviously wants you out.
I can fix that.
You really want this alliance, don't you? Why?
Because everything she has is rightfully mine. It'd be hard for me to take over the company on my own. But with or without you, I'm going to take it all.
Mr. Sanders. Have you been taking care of my brother's grave?
Very good care.
If anyone comes around asking questions...
I know how to keep a mouth shut. Terrible thing to lose a brother.
You can go. If you had to marry Stefani Harpur, you should have stayed clear of her sister. Yes, that's right. They're sisters. You didn't know that, did you? But don't worry, Greg. Now they're together again. We'll get them both. Sorry you're gonna miss it. It should be fun.